Okay, so as John said at the beginning, my name is Trevor Collins, and I'm a researcher at the Open University, which is a distance learning university based in the UK. I work there in a research group called the Knowledge Media Institute. My own area of research is around educational technology, so very much interested in how these tools can be used to support teaching and learning. But as John said, we're looking here in the context of research data and people working in projects using video or audio as their main data source to analyze interviews or other forms of data that they may have. Yeah? So we're not wanting to edit video itself, we're wanting to reference it, and that's a key message to come out, especially for copyright rules and all other kind of legal things. We've been doing this in 3 phases. The first phase really was market research. We went around and asked all of the community stakeholders what the state of play was and what they needed, try to get a bit of a scope on it. Based on that, then we did sort of community design stuff where we had a series of workshops throughout the UK and involved places like National Library of Scotland, the Rosalind Institute up there as well. We were down at the British Library Labs in London as well. So these kinds of places to try to draw people together, to get them to comment on an early prototype and to get the design work through a little bit better. And then this phase is that adoption and development stuff. So at this point, we really are looking at how we're going to build the thing up ourselves. So as John said, it's these 3 organizations are involved. And we're working with, these are the people that we've got in touch with through those workshops. So there's the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, and they're looking at, particularly around voice, actually, is the case study with them. So they're really interested in how they can train people to have different accents. And how they're using the Clipper tool in that context is they're looking at recordings from the Radio 4, BBC Radio 4, and they're referring to those and clipping those as examples of different types of accents through time. And that way they're using that as a learning activity for them. That's their context. EU Screen is a Europeana project for a large portal for storing media stuff online through the European Cultural Heritage Area. And we've been looking at ways in which we could perhaps clip some of the content that they've got in their portal. That's the second example that we've got. And then the other example for Rosalind Institute, which is a bioinformatics, biosciences area. And they're often looking at animal behavior. So a lot of video stuff as well as some audio stuff as well for them. Cool. And the last one, just to mention it, the British Universities Film and Video Council. So they have they syndicated access to online media for universities and stuff in the UK. So those are the 4 groups that we're working with, trying to roll this thing out in a way that will be useful for people. I'll just mention some of the other people that are involved. We've got a bit of support from Microsoft to deploy this through the Azure platform. Through the workshops, we've got in touch with Digirati, and they've been helping us or advising us a bit on the data models that we're looking at, things from the IIIF. And then there's also the Software Sustainability Institute, which is a UK-based support group for academic research software. We're getting a bit of help from them. And the last one is there's been quite a bit of interest around the publication of data and how that could feed into different journal platforms. Okay, a bit on the software. It's an Angular 2 system with JSON LD as the main model, it should be stored in MongoDB. I can go into that more if there's time following up. We're trying to rebuild it sort of mobile first, trying to keep it open, working with a set of standards which are more familiar to folks here than me, I expect. But it's some of these things that we're picking up in the data model that we're using this year. And we're interested in finishing up here, interesting in terms of widening our focus, so considering it for education and training. That's been a big pull from the groups that we've been meeting with, and also those cultural heritage examples that I mentioned. Okay, so if anyone's interested in a bit of collaboration, please get in touch. That's kind of why we're here, to be honest. And yeah, a bit of contact details as well. So I'll finish it there. Thank you very much.
45 seconds for questions. Stephen?
Yeah, I think video annotation's an awesome thing, and to be able to grab it with the specificity that you guys can is great. But is there a way, if I make a video annotation, can I get that out in the world? Can I tell other people about it or share it on a social service or something like that? Is there an easy way to do that?
Yeah, the plan is in the production version, you'll be able to do that fairly easily. The video will be visible if you've got the rights to see it. The nice thing about this, the rights are respected of the video, yeah? Your annotations are owned by you. You can share them who you like with, but you'll only see what it refers to if you've got the rights to see it. Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for now. Sorry. Go ahead.